David Pescud is once more taking on one of the deadliest ocean races in the world.
There you go. Come on, go. Let's go.
His incredible crew of sailors with disabilities have battled the Sydney to Hobart 17 times.
You're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You got a gale blowing your bloody head off.
But this year, he set himself an even tougher challenge. David needs to fill key positions on his crew, and he wants new blood. All will have little or no sailing experience. All will be people with disabilities. 8 newcomers have answered his call, and now their selection trials are about to begin. First, David will assess who could safely make the arduous journey to Hobart.
Getting my foot hooked in ropes, it was just rough.
Then he'll turn on the speed.
Go.
Come on, pull that sheet in.
And finally, he'll assess who has the mental and physical capacity to withstand the nautical equivalent of climbing Mount Everest.
Next time you do that, I'll throw you over the side of the boat.
Who will make it through this first round of selection to compete in the 2009 Sydney to Hobart yacht race?
Come on, you big guy. Come on, let's go.
Day 1 of the racing trials for the 8 new Sydney to Hobart hopefuls. For the new recruits, this is where the journey begins. Liesl Tesch is a partial paraplegic, the result of a bike accident 20 years ago.
I've got a big list of things that I'm going to do, and this is definitely on the list of things I was going to do, but I didn't realise the opportunity would come up as soon as it has, so I'm quite shocked that the opportunity is even here for me today.
All of them have strong personal reasons for trying out. Roger Blake has multiple sclerosis. He may be physically challenged, but he has never lost his sense of adventure.
You know, I've travelled fairly extensively and skied and played tennis and golf and all the rest of it, but life's different now. And fancy doing this to Hobart for 3 or 4 days. But here I am.
The 8 new sailors will have to overcome their disabilities and their lack of sailing knowledge if they hope to make the crew. Paul Dron had a stroke at age 27, and half his body has been paralysed ever since.
I want to perform. I've only got one arm though. I'm not sure how I'm going to go. I hope I get in. I'd love to give it a try. I'm not scared, although I have talked to a few people and gone, oh, you're mad, you know. But maybe it is a bit, but it'd be incredible.
Our idea this year is to try to take a bunch of new people who've never been on a boat before, in a very short period of time, give them enough skills to survive, enough skills to be able to contribute meaningfully to the team. If we can do that, and do that well, then maybe other people all around the world might think they can go down the road and buy a loaf of bread. Or they might think they can learn to fly a glider. It's not about whether your leg's missing or you can't read and write or you can't see things or whatever. It's about the challenge.
That is a bit more difficult, and to lift my hips up doesn't work too well. So my balance is not that crash hot.
So,
in the dark.
So you classified para or you?
Yeah, I'm an incomplete para.
David Pescud will give each of the newcomers 2 sails to prove they're capable of taking on the toughest ocean race in the world. His criteria for the first selection is who could safely make the journey to Hobart.
I think the balance on a moving boat is going to be challenging, as I do like to hold on to things when I am walking around, but I'm dang good at crawling wherever I need to go. My arms are pretty strong, and I can climb wherever I want to in the whole world, so.
My biggest concerns are that people won't understand the danger, the gravity of this thing we're about to try to do, and how the thing can accelerate from bad to extremely bad in a millisecond. And they have to understand their part in that. And whether they get there or not, I'm not sure about. At this point, I'm still very worried about that.
Okay, now take your cane over the top of the fender.
Last to arrive on the boat is Bart Bunting. This will be his first sailing experience on a racing yacht.
My name's Bart Bunting. I'm blind. I was born blind, so I'm kind of used to it by now. Yeah. While I was growing up, I always knew that I sort of couldn't see, but didn't really take that to mean anything except that I couldn't see. I didn't really realise that I should be different, so I did everything that all the other kids did. I raced BMX bikes around the place and ran into trees on them and jumps and rode them into the pool on occasion accidentally. And I guess it wasn't really till I was a fair bit older that I realised that I was actually blind and sort of really different to everyone else. Up until then, I just sort of knew that I couldn't see, and it didn't seem to be a big issue. Not being able to see has made life interesting and different, sometimes hard.
He is a very good cook. Every now and then we have mistakes, so there might be a bit of sugar instead of salt going in.
That's not true. That has never happened. That has never ever happened. Yeah, you keep pulling that out.
Oh, whatever.
When have I ever done sugar instead of salt? I'll agree there's mistakes, just never sugar instead of salt. See, here you go.
Yum.
Everyone has their challenges. It's not something I really worry about. I'm often asked by people, does it worry me that I'm blind? And I think that, you know, if worrying would help, I'd sit around and worry all day, but it's not going to make any difference. I just get on and enjoy life and do what I want to do.
When you go sailing, you may get hurt. When you go sailing, you may die. People die doing what we're doing or going to do. If you're not happy about that, now's the time to put your hand up and hop off the boat. We'll do our best. Everybody does their best to make this boat a safe boat, but there's no guarantees.
The first of their 2 trial sails is a twilight race on Sydney Harbour. Many of the boats in the race are also warming up for the Sydney to Hobart. As the yacht heads out, David is looking to see who will be safe on his boat, but he is also trying to connect them to something much bigger.
There's an ocean that's been there since before the dinosaurs, and a wind blowing on it since before the dinosaurs. The very first thing after the Big Bang, when this planet took substance, was the sea. And we're out there sailing on exactly the same sea as it was way back when. We have a chance to share in something that's been going on for millions and billions of years. There are bigger things and bigger forces at play than our small inadequacies.
Quickly, let's go. I want to jib up, guys, quick. Everybody, if you're not doing anything, I want you up here on the rail. Come on, legs out. Go, boys.
With the race underway, the newcomers have to impress Skipper Peskid. As well as assessing them for safety, David is also using this opportunity to give them their first sailing lesson. Bart Bunting is dropped straight in the deep end.
Right, get your ass over here, son.
He's saving a critical job on the boat. He will work the winch that controls the mainsail.
Stand there, get your feet locked on that other side. Yep. Put your hand down on there, turn that around. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, now go back the other way, it's harder. And if someone says heads, you pull your head in, go low. The boom's flying across your head, it'll take your head off. So just, yeah, that's good.
Bart orients himself using his tactile memory of a given space. But on a racing yacht, the world changes at every turn. The wind, the waves, and the direction of the boat all affect the layout of the yacht. It's a constantly evolving platform.
Bring that sheet, get that lazy sheet. And gone. Oh, shit, okay, lost it. Bring the sheet in.
Making the Hobart crew will be a huge physical challenge, and if any of them are to be selected, they will have to give it their all.
Let it go, lady, let it go, let it go.
Suddenly, on the last leg of the race, one mistake causes them to lose control of the $10,000 spinnaker sail. If they don't act fast, they could lose it.
Lost the kite. Get the fuck out of the way of that driver! Next time you do that, I'll throw you over the side of the boat.
I guess that was when it struck home that this was pretty serious. Like, it wasn't just a cruise around the harbour. We were really going out there, and it was going to be, you know, pretty full on. Yeah, possibly dangerous.
Bring it in, boys. Lay it down, Kathy. Let it go. Let it go. Lay it down. Hold there.
The crew finally get the spinnaker under control, but it's left the new sailors with mixed emotions.
So I'm going to have a lot of bruises tomorrow, I think. I just felt, yes, exhilarated.
I'm still here. It's quite an adventure doing this sort of thing. So it's actually bloody hard work. I'll just think about Hobart, whether the body could actually survive that long, you know.
I can see that given what that was just on the harbour, that it must get very crazy at times outside. It's like all action and it's all happening, and you know, you could tell that it's pretty serious, but it's just a buzz.
With only one more opportunity before selection, the final sail will determine who, if any, will get through the first round. Today is the final trial sail. When the boat returns to dock, David will announce who will make it through to the next stage. At stake are the hopes and dreams of 8 people longing for a ride to Hobart.
Just about top my life off this. Yeah. People keep saying, you know, you should write a book about your stroke and that. And I said, yeah, but there's no end to it all. This would sort of give like a final chapter or just reason for the whole.
What's the pinnacle of what's happened to you?
Yeah, for sure.
I think the guys that come onto the boat are looking to go sailing. They are looking to tick a box. They're looking to tick a box that they thought was impossible.
Let's go. They can't get to us. Hit the go, run. We're racing. 20. Come on,
I think the trick is that they find they get a whole lot more than that. When they come off the boat, they're a different person to when they got on the boat. Totally different package to when they got on. And that transformation is spectacular, to say the least.
Okay, right. Look, see those telltales up there? Yeah. Just keep, you know about telltales? Yeah. Right, keep them straight.
Great, yeah, it's awesome.
Good job.
Oh, I took my mind off it for a sec there.
There you go, Captain. You're in charge of this 50-foot boat screaming down the harbour.
Yep. All these lives in my hands. So I got to steer a maxi yacht. That was a buzz. Unreal. Just an accomplishment for me. You know, I've got one arm. I've had one arm for 22 years, and it's great to experience that sort of thing in my situation, because it's like unaffordable for most people to even get on one of those, let alone steer one round past a couple of boys.
Being disabled is a very lonely place. You know, very lonely area to live. And to find other people that understand that loneliness, it's a bit like drinking champagne, you know. It's a really exhilarating and honest and profound place to be.
Congratulations.
Most of us can count on one hand the number of times where we've said, that moment in my life was pure honesty, you know? No, that doesn't happen a lot. It happens in our world a lot, with us.
After the sail, David assembles the crew for the first selection.
This is the day that you sort of don't look forward to, really, because I'm going to have to cut some adrift. And so everyone's given me everything I've asked and more. Been so impressed by the whole team. But there are a couple that are better, and we've only got so much room on the boat, so today's D-Day, and that's the way it is. Thanks for coming. I hate this. Some guys are going to make it to the next level, and some guys aren't. Everyone's tried really hard and given me a lot over the last wee while. So, but you know, this is the way the world is. Charles Darwin told us about that stuff, and I guess it's true. I would suggest to those that don't make the cut this time, there is next year. We'll probably go again. So I would really like to see you there. So I'm not going to drag it out anymore. The guys that are going to the next level, and this, by the way, I should be really clear, is not guaranteeing the ride, but certainly at the next level, will be starting from my left, will be Liesl, will be Mark, will be Bart, Bill, and John. We'll probably thin that again down after that. It's the way we're trying to work this out so we're getting the best results for the boat, and that's what this is all about. It's about the boat. To those guys that haven't made it, what can I say to you?
Absolutely fine. Whatever happens, happens. At least it got me back into sailing again after 10 years off the water.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit unusual feeling. I wasn't always chosen. I was back at school.
Life will go on, and you know, we'll keep sailing, and as he said, we can go back and do another sail with him, and yeah, he's a hell of a guy.
Mate, I'm so blessed. Like, it's just unreal to have such an opportunity. Ah, wow. There's not words to say how lucky I am. Who would have thought? Who could have predicted?
When I first heard it, I was disappointed, but, you know, I've given it 15 minutes now and I'm okay with it. I've just had an incredible opportunity to do something that, you know, 99% of people with a disability would never get the opportunity to do. I loved it, and something great will come of it. And hopefully a few people will watch and see that people with disabilities can do things and not just block them off. You know, I've looked at my disability, their disability, and thought, wow, I'm laughing. You know, there's people there that are way worse off than me, and they just deal with it. It's great. Great to see.
As the 5 sailors that got through the selection celebrate and commiserate, David is already planning their first training session. A storm is brewing, and he'll be sailing them straight into it.
Hello all ships, all ships, all ships. Going ahead with the forecast for New South Wales coastal waters, strong wind warning. A late southerly change of 20 to 30 knots. Sea rising to 2 to 3 metres.
David Pescud has chosen the 5 people he thinks are safe enough to make the journey to Hobart. He now needs to teach them everything they'll need to know about ocean racing in just 6 weeks.
When the rain was pelting against the classroom window at lunchtime, I was thinking, why aren't I playing basketball?
All the new sailors are determined to make the crew, but Liesl Tesch has a reason very close to her heart for wanting to go to Hobart.
Like the guys, everyone's saying this is absolutely crazy, but my mum's got bone cancer and she wasn't meant to live till now, but she's definitely got this as another major point in her life that she's looking forward to seeing, so no pressure. I really want to be on that Sydney Hobart. We want to win for my poor old mum. That round bit there. Oh, yeah, so it comes in there. A pulley. Yep, sorry.
You get the safety stuff going first, you get the crew working well, working as a team, and then you turn the speed on. And then you start looking at how you can make it all go faster. But you've got to get those basics lined up first.
With so little time before the big race and so much to learn, David has decided to pair the new sailors with core crew members.
Well, first thing is welcome aboard. You guys are made through the first selection period. Like, that's not by luck. You're here mainly because of attitude. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our newbies on board tonight, I think. And we're going to stick a little bit of breeze around. So we'll just shove our nose out into the ocean. I'll take the opportunity to shake them up a bit. Yeah. Well, first time they've been out in the semi-gloom and a bit of wind.
Tonight, for the first time, David will take them out of the harbour and into the ocean. Storm conditions are forecast with 35-knot winds and 3-metre waves.
For mentoring, I've been paired up with Kathy, and she is just unreal. She's so patient, she's so understanding. Now, does it go a particular way around? Yes, always. So I think every single person on that boat just wants to get everyone up to speed as quickly as possible. So everyone out there is teaching us as much as they can.
Mark Whiteman has been paired up with Albert Lee as his mentor.
We're very similar in regards to both having no legs and wearing no legs on the boat. I pretty much stuck to Albert like glue. I wanted to see what he was doing. We were working up the front, so I found that as a good opportunity to see what I've got to do in that situation.
Blind core crew member Kirk Watson has been paired up with Bart. Together they will work the critical mainsail.
Actually smooth it that way around the drum. Oh, okay. How come? Because there's no pressure on it or anything. Yeah, but what that also does...
I think the thing that I'd like them to understand is that whatever they do it right. If they start charging around trying to do other things that they're not trained for and not skilled up for, we'll get into trouble. And we'll get into big trouble. Because this could go nasty.
David is keeping a close eye on the new members. In this storm, things are going to need to happen fast, and there's no room for error.
Do what he tells you, mate. Don't fucking reinvent the wheel on my boat. You go straight back. That's it. John, come back here for a minute, mate. You got to listen to what we're saying. Remember yesterday I said to you when we're coming in, you hold your arm and you pump it. You pull it out and you sweep down. Can't do it. You just cannot do it. The quickest way for you to learn to do these things is to listen to us. What pisses us off is when you try to do it and you're not being effective. All right? Good on you.
Just getting up through the heads and hitting the waves and having the bow go up in the air and bang down again. And standing there like at the pumps with the waves, there was, a fair bit of water coming into the boat. And then Kirk's dog was getting a bit upset. And then it shitting itself, and I felt sorry for the dog, but really, I was just having too much fun.
Was just like, the waves were there and we were flying along them.
That was a blast. That was awesome. That's what I've been looking for. That was something a bit different to sailing around on the harbour. This is going to be nothing compared to what Hobart would be like, and I'm loving this, so yeah, I think I'd love that even more.
I'm still imagining waves as high as the mast, and you're thinking, it's, going to get scarier.
To be only out there for about, 5 minutes just on a joyride and not actually have a reality. But now you go, to go home tonight when the adrenaline comes down and process the reality of what we're about to mistakes that often do is frightening.
Next time, the new sailors are pushed harder than ever before.
Not here for fucking barbecue, right?
A man goes overboard.
We're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You got a gale blowing your bloody head off, and I can't hear what you're saying.
And David picks his crew for Hobart.